We welcome you to NorCal Sports TV, specifically Jesuit High School in Carmichael, California, the site of the Father Kelly tribute, the 17th one between the Jesuit High Marauders and the Clovis North Broncos. Hello everyone, Keith Jogananis along with Chris Babcock, the final and grand finale of this contest as Jesuit High and Clovis North get set to tip it off. And Babs, national anthem here at Jesuit High School underway, and Keith Jogananis, Chris Babcock coming to you live from Jesuit High School. Chris, this is the final game here at the 17th annual Father Kelly tribute, and if you like scoring, you're going to find it. This kid, Jack Jones from Jesuit, has had a week for the ages. 49 points on Monday against Franklin, breaks the all-time school scoring record. Then against Friday, he scores another 36. 14 to 17 on the field, 8 of 9 from 3, a school record with the number of threes made. Jack Jones, he knows a thing or two about putting the ball on the rim.
That's a career for some guys, or a month for some good players, but he did it just in a couple of games. And we were talking to Coach Kelly before the game. Hey, what are the keys? And I said, well, one of them, let's feed the hot hand, number one. And they're just still meshing together. They've got some tough games ahead, and this will be a good test for them.
Well, you talked about it. They're going to have Sheldon up next, so this is going to be a game, Babs, they're definitely going to want to win and take home before heading to that big-time matchup with the Huskies of Shelton High School. On the other end, Clovis North coming off a pretty decent season. 12 wins under their belt so far, and they're really starting to come into their own these last couple of days.
Yes, and they've got some capable scorers, and they're going to press you. They attack the basket. They're good they're good from around the three-point arc as well. And something the Jesuit's going to have to do is they're going to have to be able to deal with that press today to be successful offensively. Here's the lineups.
And as you look at the lineups for the Marauders of Jesuit Babs, this is a lineup that can score in bunches.
Yeah, they've had a good week, and they're starting to gel together. They've got a couple of sophomores, Rutherford and Silva, and they're trying to mesh them into the lineup with Jones, and they've had limited games playing together, so they want to get that going and get that chemistry going. And as Coach Kelly said with their schedule, they've kind of thrown these guys to the deep end of the pool. They haven't avoided anybody, and they've got some experience, but they've had some games where they've just they haven't been successful. Their 6 losses, their average loss margin is 21 points. And they're not playing Jofa Beats. They're playing some really good schools. And as mentioned, Coach Kelly knew that coming into the season, and is looking forward to his team gelling.
For the Marauders of Jesuit, Isa Silva, who had 29 points against Pleasant Grove. Nico Verga, we obviously talked about Jack Jones in the pregame. He's going to be a guy that if Clovis North has any shot, Chris, to win this contest, they're going to have to at least try to hope that Jack Jones doesn't heat up from downtown.
Yeah, you got to stop Jones. He's had a great week. You've got to handle the home crowd, but I was thinking Jesuit might have a little bit bigger crowd. They usually have a pretty good 6-man, but all those things with being a Saturday and things, they won't have to deal with that much. But Clovis needs to rebound to get into their transition offense.
And filing out the end of the starting 5 will be Brandon Rutherford and Sam Daly, the wing player. For the Broncos of Clovis North, Samuel Saber, Steve Perry, DeAndre Walters, Terry Miller, and Evan Bletz. Surprisingly, they're not starting Simon Gill tonight.
No, and Perry and Bletz are coming off good games last night in their win. Perry had 18 points and Bletz had 17, and they'd like to see that continue. Coach Edmondson, who is a Barry alum of the North Coast section, Newark Memorial.
Well, Jesuit High and Clovis North getting ready to tip it out for the final game here on this Saturday between Jesuit and Clovis North. Jesuit in the famed white jerseys with the red and yellow lettering. Clovis North and that sweet black and blue jerseys.
Common opponent, Pleasant Grove. Both teams have wins. That's who, as you mentioned earlier, that's who Jesuit got the victory over last night. Clovis North beat them earlier in the season. Clovis North averaging 76 points a game, Jesuit 67, but they're also giving it up an average of 65 points a game.
Jesuit, Clovis North, here we go. So Jesuit working the basketball around now. They're known for scoring, 12-6 on the year. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, Perry, and here come the Broncos of Clovis North.
He's a capable player.
They get it inside to Terry Miller. Left hand, no good. Rebound, Silva. And here come the Marauders on the attack. Jack Jones to the corner. 3-ball on the way is no good. Rebound on the offensive side taken by Sam Daly. And the Marauders will reset it. Silva goes left side baseline, kicks it out. 3-ball on the way, no good. Almost taken back by Verga, but Clovis North retains possession.
Early on, you could see the offensive philosophy of Jesuit. Spread the court, know where your teammates are, look for the 3, dribble penetration, and kick.
So, Jesuit High will take the basketball out after the carry call on the Broncos of Clovis North. To the corner it goes. 3-ball by Silva. In and out.
They're shooting like they're on the road, but they're at home.
So Clovis North regains possession off the rebound by Miller. Driving inside. Bucket. And the foul. And Stephen Perry, who I called a couple of weeks back at the Hospital Invitational in Clovis North. He had a great game that night. He starts off this one with a bang.
Very strong move to the basket, and Jesuit better answer that, because not only then he'll mix that in and shoot from long range and share the basketball. I like the way that he plays.
So, Clovis North and Jesuit finally points on the board, and it's 3-0 Broncos. Jesuit trying to get in their trap, and they're having trouble bringing the ball up a little bit here.
I love in basketball when a player doesn't do the right thing fundamentally, plays defense with his hands instead of his feet. It's an obvious reach in, the official blows it, and then he looks up like, what did he do? Well, we have film to prove otherwise.
The film doesn't lie.
Yeah, eye in the sky, or the floor cam, or the corner cam.
Or any cam, for that matter.
Or the basket cam.
Jesuit working into it now. Jack Jones with the basketball. Jones kicks it out. 3-ball on the way. This is Rutherford. No good. Flying in for the rebound and the putback. No good by Verga. Jesuit cannot get on the board so far. Driving inside, layup, right hand. No good by Al Saber. Rebound Daly.
Loved how Daly hit the defensive glass.
Jack Jones. Offensive foul on Jones.
But, yes, called for the player control foul, but they've been hoisting threes and made the better decision of attacking the basket. But there's the capable player of drawing the charge, luring that opponent in.
We talked about Jack Jones in the pregame. Obviously, he's scored 85 points this week. He's set school records all over, but off to a slow start here. What kind of mindset does that have when your best player isn't getting off to his best start here, Babs?
It's early on. It's early on. And Jesuits had their struggles this year at times, so they're experienced in that. But, confidence can dwell pretty quickly. But getting some easy baskets, attacking the basket will help. That wasn't an easy shot.
Rutherford attacked the basket, no good, but the rebound is put right back up and in by Issa Silva, who had 29 yesterday and gets the first 2 for Jesuit here. A wild pass by Perry. It'll go right back to the Marauders.
But Silva going strong to the basket with the offensive rebound. Nobody put a body on him. See, he came from the three-point arc where he likes to set up. You got it. No matter where your opponent is on the basketball floor, you got to put a body on him.
So here come the Marauders. Attacking again is Rutherford. Shot blocked. And it comes at the hands of the Broncos, more specifically Okereke. Pass intercepted by Jones. Here comes Jack Jones. Driving left side. Layup is no good. Jones still can't get anything to fall.
Miller didn't get the block shot there, but had enough intimidation and affected the shot of Jones, and credit him for hustling and getting back on defense.
Head coach of Jesuit, Tim Kelly, Tony Adamson of Clovis North. 2 coaches, young and on the rise in this area. Driving right-handed layup by Verga is up and in. And Jesuit has their first lead of the contest. Perry trying to return fire off glass, and he will.
You got to turn and face him as soon as he crosses half court. And too many times, 2 times to the basket, he's been successful.
Jones to Silva, step back, 3 on its way. Hits the left side of the iron, no good. Foul underneath the basket, and it's going to be on Clovis North.
Daly has, we like to call a little gamesmanship underneath the basket. Here's the attack. Nice layup. Wasn't an easy shot by Verga.
Timeout Jesuit early on here with 4:42 to go. 5-4 Clovis North here at the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute.
Meeting rooms on demand. Looking for a meeting room available nights and weekends, but can't afford the pricey hotel meeting rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide incredible value for small businesses. Locations in Arizona, California, Nevada, and now in Fresno on Shaw and Van Ness, all with 24/7 availability. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com and tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. That's meetingroomsondemand.com. Meetingroomsondemand.com. Check it out.
Welcome back. Early on, Clovis North up 1-5-4 with the 4:42 mark here in the first quarter of the Father Kelly Tribute. Jesuit, home school and home team here of this tribute. Driving inside off glass, no good by Daly.
That's
Daly with a rebound.
No call.
And he gets it up and in.
little feet shuffle, but we were talking in the timeout. Daly's a scrapper. Stays around that basket, very physical player, doesn't blink.
Perry, 3-ball, no good. And Jesuit High will take the basketball over. You see right here, Daly gets the rebound, nice spin move. Babs, he stuck with it the whole way.
He did.
Rutherford in the left corner, he's called for a travel.
You shuffle your feet, you lose your seat.
So, Clovis North, who many thought coming into this game would be an underdog against Jesuit, holding their own here, Babs, early in the first.
Most certainly.
Perry, step back three on its way, right side, no good. Offensive rebound at the hands of Terry Miller, up and in by Miller.
Physical kid, strong around the basket. Got to get a body on him.
Pass intercepted by Okereke with the right-handed finger roll, and it's good. A.K. Okereke on the other end, converting that into points. Rutherford answers right back with a left-handed layup.
Cash in on the press, taking advantage.
Stephen Perry. And they're going to call a foul as Clovis North will take it out of bounds. You see right here, Rutherford taking it the whole way. Babs, great body control.
Yeah, I'd like to see Miller go, if he's going to help sooner.
Miller can't finish on that one. They're going to throw it overhead to Silva. Opposite hand layup, it's good.
We like to call that in the old school cherry picking. Getting out in the break and getting a wide open layup.
Some cherries were picked there as Issa Silva, who had 29 against Pleasant Grove, gets that one in. Terry Miller, off glass, good.
If you're going to overplay the low block, you better get help backside or it's Olay to the basket.
Daly with it now in the front court. Jesuit driving, layup is good. And they're going to call it
Player control.
an offensive foul.
Let's let the folks at home judge this by themselves.
Well, it looks like Miller got there, no doubt. Meter
certainly.
set, but it looked like he was leaning back a little bit, Babs.
Well, but he learned from the last possession where, you little late on the help. This time he learned from the past possession, and as a coach, you can really appreciate that.
3-ball on the way from Al Saber. He knocks it in. Sammy Al Saber, who can shoot the lights out for Clovis North, knocks one down there from the left arc. Ball thrown overhead by Jones. Rutherford, mid-range, no good. Sam Daly almost had an offensive board. It's Rutherford who gets his own miss and his own rebound off that miss.
The press sped up Rutherford, made him take that early shot, but it was fortunate enough to get the offensive rebound, and then Jesuit turns it over.
Jones tried to dump it inside to Daly, out of bounds, in a rough first quarter for Jones, who has been lights out scoring the basketball, but he has yet to score this one.
Got one of the keys, stop Jones, and so far they're doing that.
Jones gets it. Open lane, throws it up and in. So Jack Jones finally on the board here at the 2:08 mark. They couldn't have come at a better time for the Marauders. Driving inside. This is going to be DeAndre Walters who finishes with the left hand.
You got to cut off his dominant hand, Denny I.
Jesuit now working against the full court press. Chris Holly. Jones, 3-ball. No good off the back iron. So Jones' first shot from beyond the arc's no good. 16-12 Broncos at the 139 mark. Bounce pass inside to Opokuku Akabio. It's no good. Up and in. And Apabio gets it to finish.
We call that a weight room basket. I'm stronger than everybody else.
So Opoku Akabio will finish. Holly with the mid-range from the right corner, no good.
Press speeding up that offensive Jesuit in a bad way.
18-12 Clovis North in the driver's seat. Shot no good by Walters. Rebound goes to Barrage. Jack Jones off glass and in. So Jack Jones now starting to find his footing. Babs from the floor.
Well, you recognize it. It hit the three. We'll keep attacking that basket. Those threes will come later in the game.
Under a minute to go in the first. Clovis North, 18-14 lead. Off the back iron for the 3 attempts by Al Saber.
A stop and everybody bodies up, everybody on the rebound. You love the long rebound because that's a sign that you're blocking people off on the defensive glass.
Shot kicked out. Holly. And it's barrage now. He gives it back to Rutherford. Jack Jones with it now. Swings it over to the left side. 15 on the shot clock. Rutherford will reset. Guarded by Al Saber. 10 on the shot clock now. Rutherford gonna pop up. No good. Rebound, Sam Daly.
Like I said, just location, location, location. He just seems to be a magnet for the basketball, but then Jesuit doesn't take advantage. But that possession, early on, they're moving, they're cutting, they're screening. And then they look at the shot clock and it's 10, and then it's put the ball on the ground. Just keep running your offense. You're being successful. You're keeping your opponent off balance. When you dribble, everybody gets a chance to defend.
Right you are. 5 seconds remaining in the first. Terry Miller off glass, and it's good.
Once again, overplay the post and ends up in a bad thing for Jesuit and a layup for Clovis North.
Jones's last shot hits the ceiling, no good. And that'll do it for first quarter. Surprise, surprise here at the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute as the home team Jesuit Marauders down 6 to the Clovis North Broncos here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back. 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute. Jesuit down 20-14 in their home game here at the Tribute. Chris Babcock, Keith Joganis, and Chris, one of the things that Clovis North did was make sure to contain Jack Jones on offense. He only has 4 points through one quarter.
Yeah, and he had some good looks, but what Coach Kelly said in where Miller goes to the basket, what we heard him say before they break, we're going to get paint touches and go from there, his exact words.
So, Terry Miller, the first points in the second quarter. He's been a tear down low. 3 ball by Holly, no good. The rebound for Clovis North. Here come the Broncos. Up ahead, layup is in, and it is good as Caden Marquez goes wire to wire.
Well, there was white jerseys being spectators instead of participants on that fast break.
Jones's pass intercepted. Perry tried to go behind his back and flip it to Trayson Farmer, but it goes out of bounds, and Jesuit will regain possession.
Sometimes when you throw passes, you need to consider your audience, but everybody's back is turned to the basketball, and it's a layup.
So Jesuit having trouble here. They're down by their biggest margin of the contest at 10. Silva kicks it out. Jack Jones for 3. No good. Jones 0 of 2 from beyond the arc to start this one, Babs.
He'll keep shooting. That's what scorers do, and eventually they fall, but they've got to do a better job of playing defense, and then you can turn in and have better, easier possessions offensively.
Stephen Perry now dumps it into Miller on the right wing. Guarded by Daly. Miller position with the opposite hand on the opposite side of the glass and finishes. Terry Miller.
That was almost just a layup drill. There were some guys there, but Miller didn't blink and went and got the reverse layup.
So now, see on the replay?
I mean, you're way too late on the help, and it's an easy bucket. Miller has watched a little film on him before he made the drive up here to Sacramento. He's very confident and takes his time around the basket, which is such a key. You don't have to be in a hurry. Take your time, be physical, be confident. He has been today.
Free ball by Silva, no good. Okereke with the rebound. Terry Miller, 6'6 junior. As that one intercepted from Perry to Silva, who finishes on the right-handed layup. Terry Miller, you mentioned, a 6'6 junior, got a world of potential. Tony Amundsen has the world to say about this kid.
Very confident, physical player.
Perry gonna fire the dead away center 3, and he's gonna knock it down. Stephen Perry.
And Miller was like they didn't call it, a little moving screen there. A little gamesmanship. But opened up his teammate, and I like that.
Sam Daly picks up his dribble and that pivot foot now. Gonna give it off to Verga. Brandon Rutherford's had some moments on offense.
Player control.
Offensive foul. Rutherford runs right into Perry. Everything that could go wrong for Jesuit has gone wrong so far, Babs.
See, just kind of moving around. It's like a slow-moving building, a big building, and sets the screen for a long time. And he'll do another one here.
Inside goes Clovis North. That time it's no good off the Evan Bletz layup. And here comes Verga again.
So there's a difference between taking your time and hurrying under the basket.
Jack Jones, bang! Jones finally on the board from beyond the arc, and that makes it a 10-point game once again. It couldn't have come at a better time.
It's not a crowd pleaser, but it's a momentum swinger and some confidence for Jesuit when your guy gets that basket. And you see the effort that comes right after that made three.
Daly on the turnover. Here he comes. 3-ball on the way. No good. But a foul called on the floor as Silva couldn't knock down the cornered three.
And we talked about this. Drive and kick, and you can't let that kid all alone. And that was more of what they talked about, Jesuit talked about in between the quarters, mixing in a paint touch, and it was a drive and kick, which is just as good.
Silva, pump fake, drives it. Middle of the key, he gets it to go. Issa Silva with the mid-range J.
Learning from the past. You've been a little three happy today. There hits the mid-range jumper.
Jones kicks it back out to Miller. You're right, Babs. He learned after that last one as Miller goes strong to the rim. There's a foul on the floor.
And he's a sophomore. You learn. So here, okay, I'm going to take the three. No, I'm going to attack and hit the mid-range shot. So then the next time he's at the three-point arc, guess what happens?
What happens?
The defenses has to respect that.
There you go. Miller.
Too easy.
As Daly hacks him on the foul, and Terry Miller will go to the line to shoot his free throws. You talk about the coach Tim Kelly here, Jesuit, has really kept up the tradition of Jesuit basketball. And obviously you talk about just the accolades as Miller goes to the line to shoot free throws. 18 San Joaquin Section Finals championships, 11 Section titles, 9 NorCal Finals, 2 NorCal titles out of those, 47 All-City players, and 9 Sacramento Bee Players of the Year. Just a little bit of the tip of the iceberg that Jesuit has created in men's basketball in the Sacramento area.
Strong tradition here, and it's just a beautiful school. I've never been here. Drove right by the school because I'm an idiot, but found it, and what a great place, and they put on a great event today.
As Rutherford knocks home another long ball to cut it to 7. So slowly but surely, as it's a carry call on Al Saber, Jesuit starting to get back into this one, Babs.
You can feel the momentum swing their way. And see if you can build off this possession. But here's a wide open look, not a hurried shot, a wide open shot within the offense.
Jack Jones drives left side, shot blocked by Miller at the rim.
He was just waiting in the wings there to get the, I can't call it a Wilson burger, but he got the block shot regardless.
Inside, no good off the great step-in move by DeAndre Walters. Issa Silver, the sophomore, with it now, brings it up. Hands it off to Verga, who goes up court. Jack Jones, left corner three. No good. Jones continuing to struggle from the floor.
And the basket was weighted for a dribble penetration that time.
Walters, dead set three. No good as it rolls around the iron.
Oh, that hurts.
Silva lands on top of Clovis North's guy. And that's going to be Dax Lawrence, who hits the turf, or the floor, excuse me. Still in football mode.
This is a gymnastic. This is a gymnastic move here underneath the basket. Watch this. Oh, he undercuts him. Oh,
that'll hurt in the morning.
Yeah.
Jesuit basketball on the floor. Ooh. As the refs are getting a little management here.
Last night we did a game in a much tighter gym, much smaller gym, and it sweats. And we talked about it earlier in the game. They had to win a minute in 5 times out of the basket, the same part of the basket. Boom, boom, boom. Guys slipping. So here, Jesuit's got guys underneath the basket to mop up the perspiration.
Sam Daly To Verga, who kicks it back inside to Silva. Off glass, too short. Opoku Ababillo with the rebound.
I like the move, though. I like the move.
Walters, pump fake. Gonna fire up the corner three and knocks it down. DeAndre Walters, the 5'11 senior, gets it to go. It's a 10-point lead again for the Broncos of Clovis North. Ball tipped up in the air, taken away by Marquez. Walters, another corner three, this time short. And it'll remain with the Broncos.
And so when you're getting in this later part of the season, you've got to counter your best things. And in the last possession, Silva, what I liked about it is that he's known for a three-point shooter. He faked and went the ball on the ground. Late in the season, you got to counter your best plays, thinking and giving the other team credit that they're going to stop you.
Free ball in and out by Al Saber. Jones coming up with the rebound, bringing it up court. Verga outside to Rutherford, who drives baseline. And a foul on Terry Miller. Talk about it. Jesuit right now really is used to getting their offense going as they do. And they score a lot of points, which they do. But when you're in a funk like this, and your best player really doesn't have his best mojo at the moment, what is the key to making sure getting more guys involved to
multiple touch
that?
Great is get great spacing and take a deep breath. Have a little bit of patience. Don't be in such a hurry. And when in doubt, attack the basket. There's no 7-footer there waiting to swat your shot.
So the turnover will give the Broncos the basketball back as Perry brings it up the floor. Okereke with it now. Tries to get it to Miller. Pass intercepted by Sam Daly. Left hand, no good. Jack Jones rebound. And another foul called on Miller.
And a small thing, but a big thing. Watch Jack Jones get down court here and running. It's an impossible 2-on-1. To see him just get underneath Miller, and then Miller pushes him and he draws the foul.
And Jones got great position there. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Jack Jones, 49 points. We mentioned against Franklin, was a school record for Jesuit. You think of all the great scorers, Fontaine, UU, all the guys.
I mean, 8 of 9, though. 8 of 9. That is fantastic.
And then had 36 against PG and set that 3-point record, like you mentioned, Babs. But really, what makes him so, I don't want to say good, but what makes him so lethal from beyond the arc?
Well, he's a gym rat, loves playing the game, and he plays that way. And he does have the ability to go to the basket, so you've got to defend both. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever, proud partner of NorCal Sports TV. California, born and bred, lactose free, the most delicious shake ever, Fit Pro Go.
Meeting rooms on demand. Looking for a meeting room available nights and weekends, but can't afford the pricey hotel meeting rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide incredible value for small businesses. Locations in Arizona, California, Nevada, and now in Fresno. 24/7 availability. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com and tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. That's meetingroomsondemand.com. Meetingroomsondemand.com. Check it out.
That's all I need.
Welcome back. 34-26 Clovis North with a little bit of a shocker here in the gym that belongs to the home of the Marauders, Jesuit High School. As we mentioned, Chris Babcock, Keith Joganos, long tradition at Jesuit High School of great basketball in the Sacramento area.
Little half-court trap.
Apabillo back to Perry. We are just about to clock under 2 minutes in the first half. Perry, crossover, 3 off the front iron. No good. Tipped around into the hands of Okereke, who will finish strong off glass.
And Perry hasn't gone to the basket like he did to start the game. He's been living and accepting those 3-point plays and then just turns it over, 3-on-1.
Jack Jones with it. Fake pass, inside, bucket, and the foul. Jack Jones finishes at the rim.
Yeah, attack mode, 3-on-1, and just goes right to the basket. And Perry was just a little too late here, shifting, and Jones finishing. He's a scorer. I mean, we've blinked our eyes, but he's already into double digits.
And Jones tacks on one more to that double-digit point tally. Started off slow from the field, but as the second has gone on, he, along with the rest of the Marauders, have got their footing, and the lead for Clovis North, which was once double digits, Babs, down to 7.
A strong finish. They get this thing within 5. They're in good shape.
Al Saber can't hit the 3. Jack Jones over ahead to Brandon Rutherford on the left side. Rutherford goes baseline, kicks it out to Silva. Back out. It's Verga. Intercepted by Al Saber down near the blocks. Over ahead to DeAndre Walters. Left-handed layup, no good. Ball tipped around, and Al Saber for Clovis North will come up with it. To Marquez, who has a wide-open drive-in right side layup off glass.
Daly needed some help under the glass. He didn't get it. But that last possession for Jesuit, they did a great job of sharing the basketball, but just didn't quite finish it. But they had the defense shifting, had them off balance, had great spacing.
Driving right side, up and under, layup is good by Silva, who starts the right side, finishes on the left. Rutherford gets his hands up and deflects the long pass for Clovis North. 35 seconds left. Silva, pump fake.
Pretty move.
Right-handed, off the floater. It's in.
Now they run out. See, they run. He was chucking up some threes. They run out to try to defend the 3. Third time in a row, he's done the old blow-by.
Clovis North's lead. Babs is down to 5. DeAndre Walters thought about kicking it back out to Al Saber. He took it himself. The shot clock turned off. Clovis North can play for the final shot of the half. Perry barks out orders. 5 seconds. Perry drives into the key. Guarded by Verga. Throws up the 3 ball. No good. It would have counted if it had gone. So that'll do it for the first half. As it is 38-33, Jesuit High School leading, down 5 to Clovis North, and a shocker here at the 17th Annual Father Kelly Tribute. This broadcast of the Father Kelly Tribute is brought to you in part by Meeting Rooms On Demand. Meeting Rooms On Demand, an all unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms. 6 locations, with a new location just opened up in Fresno. Meeting Rooms On Demand. And by Fit Pro Go. Lactose, what did you call it, Babs?
Fit Pro Go, lactose-free, most delicious shake ever. I've only read this ad about 6,000 times, and that'll be 6,001, and I'm good with it.
You heard it from Babs. Fit Pro Go. And by StraightSports.com. StraightSports.com. Stand out from the rest with custom uniforms at StraightSports.com. And, of course, you've got the 2019 All NorCal Games. The largest all-star event returns April 7th of 2019 to Las Positas College in Livermore. It'll be South Valley versus Central Valley, the boys and girls class of 2019. And, of course, the Bay and Sacramento, California will duke it out. That should be a good one in the boys and girls high school class of 2019. For more info, go to NorCalSportsTV.com/ANG2019 for more info. And by Photo Pro Sports, team and individual photos. It's getting that time of year. Lifetime memories that will last, you guessed it, a lifetime at Photo Pro Sports. Go get those pictures. We'll be back. The Father Kelly Tribute.
Take me way. Who's better, but honestly, the Bay's better. We got more dogs on our side.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Meeting Rooms On Demand, a unique alternative to expensive hotel meeting rooms with a new location in Fresno on West Shaw. Straight 8 Sports, custom basketball uniforms. Stand up from the rest, why not? The official uniform provider of the 2019 All NorCal Games. Go to www.straight8sports.com to learn more. And the 2019 All NorCal Games. The largest all-star event on the West Coast returns April 7th, 2019 to Las Positas College in Livermore, California. And Photo Pro Sports, specializing in team and individual sports photography, www.photo-pros.com. And Simply Basketball. Follow Simply Basketball on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for the best highlights Northern California has to offer. Check it out. Meeting rooms on demand, looking for a meeting room available nights and weekends, but can't afford the pricey hotel meeting rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide incredible value for small businesses. Locations in Arizona, California, Nevada, and now in Fresno on Shaw and Van Ness, all with 24/7 availability. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com and tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. That's meetingroomsondemand.com. Meetingroomsondemand.com. Check it out.
Left. Silva. Pump fake.
Pretty move.
Right-handed. Off the floater. It's in.
Now they had him off balance, had great spacing.
Driving right side. Up and under. Layup is good by Silva. Ball tipped around. And Al Saber for Clovis North will come up with it. To Marquez, who has a wide open driving right side layup off.
Point plays and then just turns it over. 3-on-1.
Jack Jones with it. Fake pass. Inside. Bucket. And the foul in the first half. Perry, crossover, 3 off the front iron. No good. Tipped around into the hands of Okereke, who will finish. Okereke with it now. Tries to get it to Miller. Pass intercepted by Sam Daly. Left hand, no good. Jack Jones. Verga. Outside to Rutherford, who drives baseline. And a foul on Walters. Pump fake. Gonna fire up the corner 3 and knocks it down.
Dribble penetration that time.
Walters, dead set 3, no good as it rolls around the iron.
Oh, that hurts.
Silva.
And it's just a beautiful school. I've never been here. Drove right by the school because I'm an idiot. But the defenses has to respect that.
There you go. Miller.
Too easy.
As Daly hacks him on.
It was a drive and kick, which is just as good.
Silva, pump fake, drives it. Middle of the key, he gets it to go. Issa.
So there's a difference between taking your time and hurrying under the basket.
Jack Jones, bang. Brandon Rutherford's had some moments on offense.
Player control. Very confident physical player.
Perry gonna fire the dead away center 3, and he's gonna knock it down. Stephen Perry now dumps it into Miller on the right wing. Guarded by Daly. Miller position with the opposite hand of the oh good. The rebound for Clovis North. Here come the Broncos. Up ahead. Layup is in, and it is good.
Yeah, and he had some good looks. But what Coach Kelly said in where Miller goes to the basket and
right you are. 5 seconds remaining in the first. Terry Miller off glass, and it's good. By Walters. Rebound goes to Barrage. Jack Jones off glass and in. So bounce pass inside to Opokuku Akabio. It's no good. Up and in. And
and so far they're doing that.
Jones gets it. Open lane, throws it up and in. So Jack Jones finally.
You can really appreciate that.
3 ball on the way from Al Saber. He knocks it in. Now in the front court. Jesuit driving. Layup is good. Gets that one in. Terry Miller off glass. Good.
If you're going to overplay the low.
Miller can't finish on that one. They're going to throw it overhead to Silva. Opposite hand layup, it's good.
We like to call
A.K. Okereke on the other end, converting that into points. Rutherford answers right back with a left-handed layup. Perry, step back three on its way, right side, no good. Offensive rebound at the hands of Terry Miller, up and in by Miller. Driving inside off glass, no good by Daly. Daly with a rebound,
no call.
and he gets it up and in. Listen, of Clovis North, two coaches, young and on the rise in this area. Driving right-handed layup by Verga is up and in.
Getting some easy baskets, attacking the basket will help. That wasn't an easy shot.
Rutherford attacked the basket, no good, but the rebound off to a slow start here. What kind of mindset does that have when your best player isn't getting off to his best start here, Babs?
It's early on. It's early on.
Al Saber, rebound Daly.
Loved how Daly hit the defensive glass.
Jack Jones. Off North, regains possession off the rebound by Miller. Driving inside, bucket, and filing out the end of the starting five will be Brandon Rutherford and Sam Daly, the wing player for the Broncos. Left, Silva, pump fake,
Pretty move.
right-handed, off the floater, it's in. Welcome back, Keith Jogonatis alongside with Chris Babcock. 38-33 at halftime here. Clovis North over Jesuit High in a back-and-forth game as our very own McKenna Guerrero standing by with head coach of the Marauders of Jesuit High School, Tim Kelly. Take it away, MG.
All right, Coach, what message was displayed in the locker room so you guys could take control in the second half?
Well, we got to do a better job on the defensive end. I thought number 20, their post guy, was a big factor for them. He's a good player, and we got to figure out how to guard him more effectively here.
Issa Silva and Jack Jones coming in clutch. You must be pretty happy with their performance so far.
Yeah, no, they've been carrying us all year. Jack's a great senior leader for us, and so hopefully he can put together a big second half for us.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Oh, back to you, Keith.
Thank you, MG. And the number 20 that Tim Kelly was referring to, Babs, was Terry Miller. He had a very productive first half on the boards, putting the ball back up and in.
He had 14 points. But I think if you want to defend him, you got to defend him a little bit better. You can't. I don't think you need to front him, but offensively, might not be a bad idea. Just a thought. Attack him and get him in foul trouble. He had picked up 2 in the second quarter, and as you're starting here early, I might want to run a play inside and test him and see what he's going to do. Maybe try to pick up an early third foul.
Well, we'll see, Babs, what Jesuit and Clovis North did for halftime adjustments, as Jesuit will start with the basketball on the offensive side of the floor, and a foul called early on here to start the second half, as it looks like it's either on Walters or Perry.
So Silva had 12 and Jones had 12 in the first half.
So both Jones and Silva combining for 24, and Jack Jones, we mentioned, he got off to a slow start, but he's starting to find his footing. Verga, Issa Silver.
There you go.
Into Daly. Looking for Rutherford. He'll give it off to Jones instead. Kicks it out. Rutherford, 14 on the shot clock. Mid-range from the right side of the keys. Spins around and finally drops in the dreidel. Brandon Rutherford, who had his moments on offense. Pass stolen by Jones. Thrown overhead. Daly came up with it for a minute until Miller wrestled it away. And a jump ball.
Jones doing it on both sides, and watch him hustle back on, get back on defense after the hometown roll puts Jesuit within 3, but then ball immediately inside to Miller and a quick foul.
It's going to be on Sam Daly, number 35, and it's really interesting because Daly did a good job defending Miller as well as getting offensive boards. He gets a steal right there, but it goes right back to Stephen Perry, who throws it up and in with the right-handed finger roll.
Daly as he's had so often today underneath the boards, he needed a little more help. He got the near steal, but the teammates weren't there to help, and Clovis North got the ball back.
Stephen Perry puts it back up and in for the Broncos on the great steal, as you mentioned, Babs. And one thing that Jesuit struggled with was this full court press. It's getting turned up now. Great pass from Verga inside to Daly. Daly on the right pivot foot. Kicks it out to Rutherford. Inside, finger roll, no good. And a foul called, and it's going to be on Terry Miller. And it'll actually be on Al Saber. Right you are, Babs.
But they are attacking him. And Daly's showing a little patience underneath the basket. And the layup and the foul.
Brandon Rutherford, another youngster, 6'1" sophomore. Babs, what can you tell us about Rutherford and what we can look forward to in the near coming future for him?
Well, as Coach Kelly said, it just looking to build the chemistry and guys getting better. They've had some injuries, and he said that the sophomores and Jones have only played about 4 or 5 games together this season. So they've got room to grow, but Clovis North can't get the ball across half court and turn it over.
10-second violation on the Broncos, and the Marauders, who have been in and out of this game, they've trailed by as many as double digits, Babs, and now they've got it down to 4.
We talked about Miller's on the bench.
So now with Terry Miller on the bench, the tallest player, not the highest, is Poku Ababillo at 6'4", what they list him as, and maybe a chance for Jack Jones and the Marauders to start driving it inside. Now that Miller's out for a breather. Daly at the top of the key, guarded by Ababillo.
There's your paint touch.
Verga to Rutherford, driving inside, kicks it out. Inside to Daly, 15 on the shot clock. Daly off glass on the left side of the rim.
Golden possession for the Marauders.
Huge play that makes it a 2-point game.
If Miller's there, Daly doesn't shoot that shot.
Perry off glass and in. Nice spinning layup there by Stephen Perry.
He now has 10, but he did a better job at the beginning of the game attacking the basket. I think Clovis North would like to see more of that.
Jack Jones, strong drive to the lane. No good, but the ball will remain Marauder possession.
And he missed the shot, but he blocked the guy out of bounds. That was great. Nice patience around the basket. But Daly not worried about getting the block shot.
Rutherford, baseline J, no good.
Good shot, working with a teammate. Those will fall.
Perry with it now. Dumps it off, bounce pass. 3 ball on the way, almost dropped.
Sophomore mistake.
For Trayson Farmer.
You run out of control to close out on a 3, and this is the result.
So Farmer now off the bad closeout by Rutherford will go to the line to shoot 3. Trayson Farmer, the 6'2" senior, knocks home the first. And for Clovis North in the Fresno area, we saw them a couple weeks ago, Babs, and they've gotten steadily better and better every single week.
That's what you want to do. You want to build strong. You play a tough schedule, winning school. You want to play your best basketball at the end of the season. And if they could hold on to here, we got a long way to go. It'd be a nice feather in their cap.
Well, Farmer puts his feather in his cap, and he knocks home 3 free throws to boot. 7-point lead is opened up now, and huge mistake by Rutherford there closing out.
Yep, and you pay for it. And those are the things you learn on film.
Ball tapped around a little bit by both teams. Inside to a driving Jack Jones, and it's good.
Should have been a turnover, but Daly prevented it, and then Jones just kept playing and going strong, and there's Daly again on the floor.
Daly tries to save it, and he couldn't do it. Out of bounds, but a great effort by Daly there.
He just keeps playing harder than everybody else, shows great patience with the basketball and being strong. Most kids will bring that ball down. He's possessing it. He's a weight room guy, makes the nice, easy pass to Jones and attacks the basket.
45-40. Terry Miller goes baseline, but he's called for the traveling violation. That'll actually be an offensive foul.
He's got 3.
So now what does that do with Miller, who has 3? Obviously, Amundsen cannot afford his best post player and rim protector to foul out of this contest.
Daly's going to attack him.
Silva bring the basketball up. In and out of traffic. Mid-range J from the top of the key, no good. Rebound, Steve Perry.
Credit Miller for the intimidation on Silva.
Perry going to drive it left side. Opposite hand layup, no good. Here comes Brandon Rutherford. Marauders have numbers, 3-on-1. Silva off the pass from Rutherford. It's good, right side.
The sophomore connection at Jesuit brings it to a 3-point game.
Every time Clovis North tries to get this one out of reach, Jesuit has an answer. Blocked by Silva as Walters goes baseline. Issa Silva, the sophomore, flexing on Walters.
Sophomores can serve back, Wilson Burgers.
Now the Wilson Burger, there you go.
And here's an example.
Shot up and in off the out-of-bounds play by Okereke.
Took advantage of 35 being on the bench.
Holly checks back in for the Marauders. Silva with it. Rutherford, he was looking for him, couldn't find him. Finds him now at the top of the arc. Rutherford to his left, kicks it out. Silva, baseline J, it's good! Issa Silva from way downtown.
A little dribble penetration, and Silva knows those little marks on the floor. He's shot there about 10,000 times, and it's a payday.
Perry tried to answer back with a three of his own, too strong, out of bounds. Jesuit basketball.
And Chris Hawley in the game played nice defense, kept it in front of his the ball in front of him, and then screened out from long ways away. Didn't let somebody run in and get their own rebound on the long three, which frustrates you as a coach.
Frustrates Clovis North on that one as Silva tried to go through the double team, and in the process, he walks.
He split the double team, and he'll learn from that. He's just a tidbit more control there. He'll learn. Yeah, little travel.
So Silva gets caught for the walk, and now it's Clovis North's turn to pad this lead back up to what it once was possibly. 2-point advantage. Al Saber, bounce pass. Kicked out. Jones, and they're
It's
going to
that
call
rolling screen.
offensive foul. It's going to be on a Poku Apabio.
You set the screen, and then the guy moves, and then you just keep moving along with them, and the official eyes that up. They're going to call it every single time. You got to be stationary and set the screen. But a lot of times it's the fault of the person you're trying to screen. You should be running bicep to bicep. And when you're going long distance on the screen, that's the result.
Right you are, Babs. So Jesuit High now can take the lead with a 3 or tie it with a 2. They battle back. Jones to Rutherford on the right wing. Guarded by Nico Jones. Rutherford takes it in. No good. It looked like what it seemed like a lob.
His family would say it's an alley-oop, and we're going to too.
Kyle Anderson, the junior, gets it a fall. Al Saber. Defensive foul on the Marauders.
Holly got a little aggressive with his hands.
Right here on the replay. What'd you see right here, Babs?
Well, a dribble penetration, just was a little hesitant, but credit his teammate for being in the right place at the right time, Anderson.
Anderson gets a block on the return end. Here comes Jack Jones. He did not hear the footsteps of Okereke coming, and in the process, Okereke forces a turnover for the Broncos of Clovis North.
Probably one of the few times he didn't have the court awareness that somebody's coming up behind you.
Jones to Okereke. Clovis North has led for a majority of this game. They lead once again after Samuel Saber knocks down the left corner 3.
They need some offense with Miller on the bench.
Jack Jones lost the ball for a minute. Bounce pass from Silva
That's
to
pretty.
a cutting Holly.
That's great geometry right there by Silva with that angle pass.
Al Saber to return fire. Too short. Okereke, offensive rebound as they're going to call Anderson on the defensive foul going up.
Outworked him for the offensive rebound, and Coach Kelly recognizes that and going to get Daly right back into the basketball game.
So, A.K. Okereke, a 6'3 sophomore, big hustle player for the Clovis North Broncos. He comes in and gives you some good minutes, Babs.
Yeah, and he's an energetic player, and Daly is just your lunch pail kind of guy. Guys aren't going to get easy rebounds against him. Again, he's not a big 6'8 kid. He gave listed at 6'4", but he works great around the basket, very physical, knows all the angles, gets a lot of 50-50 balls because of one word, hustle.
You hit the nail on the head there, Babs, as Daly has really sparked Jesuit in a way by getting all these offensive boards and continuing to be the lunch pail guy you talked about as Okereke knocks home both free throws. 3-point contest now in favor of Clovis North. Here comes Silva screaming down the lane. Jack Jones thought about pulling the trigger from beyond the arc. He'll drive in. He will force the foul, And it's going to be on Trayson Farmer.
Secondary break. They get past the press, but they're not in this big hurry. They recognize the situation. And then the leading scorer goes to the basket and gets fouled, and they get a couple of from the charity stripe.
Jack Jones, who really, it's been a crazy week for him. I mean, obviously, we talk about the scoring and the ability to shoot the basketball, and when you got it, you got it. But I think this might be his most impressive game so far, Babs, in my opinion, because he hasn't been able to score the way he wants to, but he's still hanging in there, and he's been pretty efficient.
And he shares the basketball. He's not what you'd say a bottomless pit. When the ball goes there, it never comes out. He shares the basketball, and everything's within the offense.
52-51 after Jones knocks home both free throws. Whistle on the floor. It'll be an offensive foul.
Again, Daly with some just solid defense and forcing the turnover. And here's a chance with a basket to take the lead.
52-51. You hit the nail on the head, Babs, as Jesuit can take back the lead with a shot scored here. Silva driving in. Wild. Daly tries to save it, but it'll be Perry who comes up with it.
If he stops at the elbow, he's got a lot of options.
Perry working on Silva, kicks it out. Marquez driving inside. Flips it back out to Perry. It's stolen by Issa Silva. Silva against Perry. Stutter step, Euro, no good. Rebound, Holly, kicks it out. Anderson driving inside now, loses it. It goes right to Silva in the left corner.
All is calm. All is calm. Reset the offense.
Inside to Daly. Kicks it back out. Holly for three. Bang! It's good! Chris Holly knocks it home, and it's a 2-point lead for the Marauders of Jesuit.
Paint touch through Daly. Jesuit leads.
Under a minute to go in the third. That three by Holly has seemingly given the crowd and the players on the floor for Jesuit new life. Al Saber on the left wing, working in on Holly. Backdoor cut. Perry gets it to go, left-handed.
Perry, his best move. Faked going out to the three-point arc, cut to the basket, and take advantage of the inexperience.
Jesuit can play for the final shot of the third, Babs. 17 seconds. Issa Silva with it now.
But don't just stop and hold it. Keep moving your offense. Keep moving the ball.
It looks like Silva wanted it. Ball up for grabs, and a foul called on Stephen Perry. Issa Silva having a little trouble getting up off the floor there. You see right here inside Babs. Daly kicks it out. Holly, what would you call that, Babs?
A paint touch and doing what the coach asked to do several timeouts ago.
Couldn't have said it better myself. 9.2 seconds to go. Here he is on the other side. Backdoor cut by Perry with the left hand. Great textbook because he got Holly to miss. And it actually was Barrage who he got faked out. But to the line goes Issa Silva. We talk about Jack Jones, but Silva 29 against Pleasant Grove. For a sophomore, that'll get you going.
Yeah, he's got a lot of upside to him. Plays with a lot of energy. And you see him getting better where he'll make a mistake doing a certain thing, and then the next time or several possessions in advance, I learned from this. And that's all you can expect from any players, but especially young players. You're trying to get better as the season's getting tougher.
Silva can only bang home one free throw. Marquez up ahead to Perry. 5 seconds to third. Perry, dead away center three. In and out. Rebound, Terry Miller throws it up, and he's going to force a foul on Kyle Anderson. And we talk about Silva as we have a break in the action, playing with a busted left pinky, which he injured early on in the season, but it really hasn't slowed him down.
Yeah, and something in his foot's a little bothering him a little bit. He's got a little hitch in his giddy-up, but a risky move here, bringing in Miller, who's got 3 fouls late in the quarter. But for Coach Edmondson, it pays off.
Miller cannot hit the free throw. Jones going to throw it up. Almost got it to drop from full court as it hit the back of the iron. Too strong. And that will put the exclamation mark on a third quarter that has seen the Jesuit Marauders bounce back from down double digits to tying this one at 55. We got 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter of the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute from Jesuit High School on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back, and you've seen it. April 7th, 2019, the All NorCal Games. Babs, that one's going to be great. 2019 All NorCal Games, April 7th. You can go to NorCalSportsTV.com/ANG2019 for more info. Jack Jones might be a guy that we might see at those NorCal Games later on.
Hopefully, the nominations were out there. We'll be picking the players, but it's always a great event, and it's kind of the unofficial closing of the high school year.
Well, until then, we got a lot more basketball to play out. 8 minutes left in this one. 55 all, Jesuit and Clovis North. Clovis North, Babs, led by as many as double digits as 11 and 12. Well, here they are, tied up, brand new ball game.
They've done a better job playing defense and being a little more patient, better shot selection offensively.
3-ball, corner Holly. It's good! Chris Holly! 2 3-pointers in the second half for Holly, and that one puts Jesuit up 3.
Great ball movement, another sophomore. So we talked about the 2 scoring sophomores, but we got a couple of other sophomores that have contributed as well.
Marauders can't get the rebound. Miller gets a second crack at it down in the paint and finishes with the left hand off glass.
So Holly had the 3 to take the lead, and then just that other 3. So he's got 2 threes and making a nice contribution.
Rutherford, same spot as Holly. No good off the front iron. It creams right back to Miller. Here comes Clovis North in the break. Perry, step back, goes right inside again. Inside, shot blocked by the sophomore Silva. Here come the Marauders on the break. They got numbers. Jack Jones inside, no good, foul called.
Everything tastes better when it starts with a Wilson burger. And Silva got it all started with the block, and then the Marauders go into transition, attack mode.
So Jack Jones now can get this lead back to 2 or 3. Knocks home the first free throw.
So his experience, he knew he had Miller up on his hip. He knew Miller was in foul trouble. I mean, it's one thing to make the layup. It's another thing to force the guy to foul and put him on the bench. We talked about what do you get back into this game? Put Miller on the bench and keep him in foul trouble. Been successful in the second half for Jesuit.
That foul is now Miller's 4th. One more and he's gone. And that could spell trouble for Clovis North. And this one is close because we might be going into overtime here. If everything pans out the way it is. We got a long way to go, Babs, but Miller with 4 now, so when do you bring him back? Because there's still 6:38 to go in the 4th.
Well, you see how this game, you see how it goes. If you can stay attached and have good possessions like that but not make the layup, you might feel a little bit better of having him on the bench. But if it gets a couple 3-possession game, you might have to put him back in pretty quickly.
Apoku Ababio couldn't finish with the left hand. Chris Holly, pump fake. Gonna right back out to Silva. 20 on the shot clock for the Marauders. Plenty of time to get a good set here.
Daly will get a touch in this offense, in this possession. It'll work through him.
Rutherford working in on Perry. The senior, Jones, on Walters. Hits the deck with 8 on the shot clock and a foul called on Clovis North.
I was wrong. I have been about 65 times today, but I'm right when you talk about the young man, number 5, Mr. Jones, going to the basket and getting the foul.
You see right here, Jones going to the basket.
No one should be arguing that one. I mean, that was did draw blood, but it was definitely a couple of fouls there. Only whistled for 1.
Evan Bletz checked into that last dead ball stoppage. Number 32 on the block.
Jones going to be a little sore. He's played a lot of basketball this week. He's going to be a little sore tomorrow, but it'll feel better if they get the victory.
He knocks home both as Jack Jones grimaces back on defense. He really is feeling on that last one, but Jones out there as well as Silva gutting it out and a 5-point lead. Not for long as Perry knocks home a 3-ball. Lead back to 2 for Jesuit.
Keeps them attached, and then they'll press.
Overhead pass sails right into the bleachers intended for Rutherford.
Sophomore move, but I love the senior coming over and say, hey, we'll be okay. Little dead leg, stop on a dime, 3. But you got to love the leadership of Daly after the turnover, just coming over to the sophomore and saying, hey, we got to get better. We'll do something else.
Perry goes baseline. He just called for the foul by the ref for Jesuit. It's going to be on Jesuit as the foul is going to be on Daly. So now Kyle Anderson looks to check in at this next stoppage and this next horn.
And Perry had a hard landing. The hardwood floor is undefeated against humans, continues to be.
See right here the
It's
fall.
a hard landing here.
You hear the thud from across the hall. Stephen Perry will go to the line to shoot 2, knocks home the first. Perry, a 5'10 senior, really, since the start of the year, has given Clovis North whenever they needed an energy boost, that is a spark. And today, closing in on 25 points, really did his job.
Well, if you're North, you'd love this situation. You have a chance to tie with a free throw, and your big man with 4 fouls is on the bench. You're staying connected. You're in great shape here. And keep him on the bench a little bit longer.
Perry ties it up with that free throw at 62 all. Anderson, number 30 for Jesuit, checks in.
And this is a growth moment here for Jesuit. You've got the lead, then you've lost the lead. You've got a young team. How do you handle this tie game right here?
We're going to find out, Babs. 5:27 to play in regulation. And a whistle on the floor. And it looks like it's going to be on first glance Okereke, and it is.
Silva, I would just describe him in one word: tough.
Silva, the sophomore, a lot of growth. Tim Kelly really harping on these sophomores. Rutherford, Silva. Silva gets that one to roll around the rim. But you look at the sophomores that are going to come back next year as juniors. Silva, Holly, Barrage gave you some good minutes. Dirksen didn't play at all today, but there you are high on him. And, of course, Verga coming back. So minus Jones, and you're looking at minus Daly. That's a good core you want to bring back going forward.
Yeah. And the schedule they play, in the league they play, there's going to be a time where, they're going to be sophomores, but they're going to be juniors in experience-wise late in the season.
Foul on the play, and Silva will get a break for the time being. You talk about Jesuit, their main rival in the Delta. They'll play next, which is Sheldon. That is going to be a sold-out one. And this Delta League, every year, it seems like as Perry goes to the line, Babs is loaded. You got Jesuit, you got Pleasant Grove, down year, but they'll be back. You got Sheldon, you've got SF, you got Franklin, who's had some great years in the past. That Delta League is very, very competitive.
Yeah, well, and you got to go through Sheldon.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, you got to go through Sheldon.
Marcus Bagley put on a highlight tape this week against Pleasant Grove, another 25-plus point game.
And I don't know if we can ever get a shot of him, but what's Joey Rollins, and they've been traveling all over California and Reno and Las Vegas. What's he doing? He's at center court right now, not one of his assistants, him filming the game.
Out of bounds on Brandon Rutherford. Joey Rawlings and his staff always put a productive product on the floor. When news came that Marcus Bagley was going to transfer to Sheldon, that flipped everything on its axle.
That's like a Christmas gift times 15.
Inside, Perry cutting layup on the right side gives Clovis North back the lead.
High post entry, little cut off that, and simple basketball.
Great bounce pass inside from Jones to Rutherford. Somehow it's Anderson who tips it up and in, and a spiraling downward in. Perry can't answer back with a three. Deadlocked at 66. Diving for it is Marquez, who saves it for the time being.
Back and forth ball game, and here comes Daly. Nice tip by Anderson, playing hard. Again, we've seen it so often. When you screen out, you got to get on a body. You can't let somebody come loose. And then here's the high post entry with a back cut. It's, coach, it's frustrating. You have possession, you have high post entry, cut, and you go, why can't you duplicate that more? And it just seems simple, but it isn't. Daly.
Rebound, Jack Jones, corner three. Short, off the mark. Stephen Perry coming back with it now.
He's tired. It's been a long week.
DeAndre Walters driving baseline on Perry. Inside, back out to Perry for a three. Off the front. Rebound, Jack Jones. In the front court goes Jack. Left-handed layup, no good. He draws the foul on Walters.
But you're never too tired to be a scorer.
This is true.
I mean, he's feeling it. It's been a long week. He scored a lot of points. but he goes into attack mode right there.
Timeout. When we come back, Jack Jones will shoot 2 free throws to give Jesuit back the lead. We're deadlocked at 66 here at the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute. And Babs, why don't you give some of our sponsors a nod?
Fit Pro Grow, proud partner once again of NorCal Sports TV. Most delicious shake ever. Find it in your local grocery store in 4 flavors, lactose free, real California milk. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever.
Ever.
You know, who's better, but honestly, you know, the Bay's better. You know, we got more dogs on our side.
Always a fun time, as last year the Bay and Sac at the all NorCal games went wire to wire. This year it'll likely be the same thing, Babs, as to the line goes Jack Jones, the chance to give Jesuit back the lead. First free throw in and out. We talked about it before we went to break. Babs, Jack Jones, he had a wrong week. He's just trying to get them over the finish line here.
Yeah, do anything to finish. Take the ball to the basket, play defense, get a steal, and they get back the lead. It's going to be an interesting 4 minutes and 6 seconds here in regulation.
Under 4 minutes to play. Clovis North down 1 against Jesuit. Walters goes left, looking for someone to kick it out to. Perry with it now on the left arc. Working in on Jack Jones. Great body control, no good. Rebound, Sam Daly. 3-5. Intercepted by Perry. Inside to Marquez. It's good. And just like that, Clovis North capitalizes on the costly mistake and bad pass by Daly.
Perry with a little gamesmanship. Appeared to be just running up the court, planted, and just turned and got the interception and got the assist.
Holly out to Jack Jones, who drives it inside. No good. Blocking foul is called. And it's going to be on Bletz. Right here you see it.
Boink. It's like a good cornerback suckering a quarterback into throwing a pass there, with our football theme being the playoffs, but lured in the passer to throw it, and it was intercepted. And
for all you playoff fans, Rams and Chiefs advance today, much to the dismay of many Cowboy fans out there.
Jones he's got his legs wrapped. He's battling in here. Great to see.
Jack Jones back to the free throw line. He knocks home the free throw this time, and we're deadlocked again at 68 all with 3:22 to go. Jack Jones just looks exhausted, Babs. He's given everything.
It's probably harder on him for him to stop. He doesn't think about it when he's moving. But see if he can nail this second free throw.
And he will. So, Kyle Anderson coming back in, and I was just going to ask you about that. They're going to give Jones a rest here going into crunch time. I don't think he'll be off the floor for long.
No, but coach has got to check his health and make sure he's all right. I mean, that's most important. Big fella's in.
And Miller goes right back in. He can't get it to go as Daly gets a rebound.
Does just enough, Mr. Daly.
Daly having trouble with the ball. He finally controls it. Rutherford gets it in the corner. He's double teamed by Miller and Perry. Tries to go off the shoe of Miller.
I knew Coach was going to call a timeout. It was one of those little helter-skelter things. And Coach Kelly yelled, timeout, and the official heard him and probably saved a apple turnover.
69-68 with 2:57 to go here on NorCal Sports TV at the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute.
Meeting rooms on demand. Looking for a meeting room available nights and weekends, but can't afford the pricey hotel meeting rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide incredible value for small businesses. Locations in Arizona, California, Nevada, and now in Fresno on Sean Van Ness, all with 24/7 availability. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com. And tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. That's meetingroomsondemand.com. Meetingroomsondemand.com. Check it out.
Welcome back. 1 point advantage for Jesuit High, the home team at this 17th annual Father Kelly tribute. And Father Kelly, who, as you know, Babs, highly revered around Jesuit, he, in his long tenure here, preached a lot of the fundamentals the school tries to convey to their students.
And they don't forget a great legacy left here.
2:48 to go. Issa Silva with the basketball. Jack Jones in a little break. Daly trying to pick up the slack, no good. Anderson comes flying in with a rebound and a defensive foul.
Anderson again hasn't had a big offensive night, but he always seems to strike gold when need be. So he got the drive, and then he comes out of there. See, no one puts a body. He goes through 2 Clovis North guys to get to the basket.
And that includes Miller.
You have to turn and find that guy and go and body up on him.
Understood.
You can't be the greeter at Walmart and let him run right by you. No offense to Walmart, not a sponsor.
None taken.
Maybe next year.
You never know. Anderson knocks home the first free throw. And let's talk about Miller for a brief minute, because Miller has 4. He's flirting with getting fouled out. What kind of factor does that play in his mind when he's trying to go up and contest shots defensively?
You just got to be a little smarter and don't worry about the block shot. Stand in front of everybody and get position, but knowing you just can't be ultimately aggressive.
One more, Miller's gone.
Daly.
Pass tipped up in the air. It's by Daly. You guessed it. Silva to Rutherford. Left baseline.
Golden possession here. Don't want to dribble in exhibition.
2:19 to play in regulation. Silva, guarded by Okereke. Flips it back out to Rutherford. Anderson on the left wing. 14 on the shot clock. Silva, guarded out by Al Saber. Drives inside. Flips it inside. Great pass to Daly, who gives it right back to Anderson, and the lead's to 4 just like that with under 2 minutes to go.
Thank goodness it didn't go over 10. 8 passes that time. Running your offense. Build your lead.
Walters going to fire a 3. Knocks it down. DeAndre Walters. Huge triple. And a timeout. What a shot by Walters.
He's been aggressive today, and it paid off right there. But great possession. That prior possession by Jesuit, we mentioned 9 passes, and not just passing around. Guys are screening. You're trying to keep the defense off balance and got the basket, but then Clovis North immediately answers, and we got a 1-point game.
72-71. It was a 4-point advantage after a great putback by Jesuit, but then DeAndre Walters came right back with a dead set 3 from center and popped it. So now it's a 1-point game. Jesuit High with the basketball and the lead with under 2 minutes to go. What kind of thing are you drawing up here? Because we're looking out on the floor right now and still no Jack Jones.
You tell the guys in the huddle, let's break the press. If you've got a layup on the press, we'll take it. But it's got to be a golden layup. If not, we need to work our offense and look for the secondary press break.
Clovis North going to the full court press. Silva trying to bring it up court, and he'll get it across half court. 23 on the shot clock. Anderson goes to Rutherford, guarded by Al Saber.
Need good spacing here.
13 on the shot clock. They flip it out. Holly almost lost it out of bounds. 8 seconds left. Silva drives in off glass. It's good! Issa Silva, a clutch bucket.
He shot that with his eyes closed. And I don't mean he got lucky. Is that he got hit in the head. You can see with his eyes closed, but he shot that enough in this gymnasium. He didn't need to see it go in.
1 minute to play. Miller, backdoor pass. Steve Perry puts it in.
The sophomore Rutherford fell asleep, took a little nap, and Perry took advantage.
And you see right here, driving in by Silva, who just had to throw it up. And then right here on Babs, what happens on this backdoor pass?
High post entry, and they've done it a couple of times, and we were talking about why don't they do it more often. But it's pretty simple basketball. Miller flashes to the high post, Perry with a cut, and Rutherford fell asleep. Learn during the game. At that time, the sophomore was caught sleeping.
Great play. Ran by Clovis North. It cuts the lead back to 1. 58.5 to go. So let's break this down. Jesuit with the basketball. Don't know if Jones is going to come back in yet. But at the same time, Clovis North has the best post player in Miller, who has given them fits when they drive inside. That's why Jesuit's been able to get back in this game with great penetration, but Miller has 4. And if this game goes in overtime and you risk the idea of Miller having 5 and fouling out, you might be in trouble.
Perfect world here if your Jesuit is worked at press break and duplicate the pass possession where you had 9 to 10 passes, worked almost the entire shot clock, and got the basket.
So here we go. 58 and 5/10 of a second remaining in regulation at the 17th annual Father Kelly Tribute. The home team, the Jesuit Marauders. Tradition in basketball unlike any other. And part of it is closing out games. Ball gets by Silva. He almost lost it out of bounds. Holly gets it. A risky pass. Holly slips. Traveling violation. And now Clovis North can retake the lead.
Right in the spot where Silva saved the basketball. Okay, so he'll go right where Silva just was and slips.
Walters can't get the pass in, was flirting with a violation. He'll have to call timeout.
Yeah, so you see it so often in high school or in any level. The guy slipping on the floor was in the exact same location that Silva just was. He got up in the air, and then Holly slips and falls, and Clovis North takes advantage. Still a lot of time. Still have gonna still get another possession, but you got to get a stop.
17-second differential between game clock and shot clock.
But if I'm Rutherford, I'm not going to let Perry backdoor cut me off a high post entry.
Jones is out of the game.
If Perry beats me, he's going to beat me shooting a 3. He's not going to beat me going to the basket.
It looks like we won't see Jones for the remainder of regulation unless we get to overtime. Perry with it now. Let's see what happens, Babs. You called it. They go to Al Saber, guarded by Anderson. Inside the post to Miller, working in on Daly. Throws it inside, ball tipped out. Al Saber has it, bounce pass inside, out of bounds. Miller couldn't handle it.
And on that possession, Rutherford didn't fall asleep. The sophomore getting better right before our eyes. Came and helped, got the deflection, and got the turnover. And then Holly travels underneath the basket.
Chris Holly with another turnover in crunch time. Ball right back to Clovis North as if nothing just happened.
You can't run along the baseline unless it's after a made basket.
Inside, Terry Miller can't get it, running around. Okereke had it for a minute. It's off Al Saber's hands. Out of bounds, and again it's on Holly. The third straight time where Jesuit had the ball and can't get it up court.
Well, it's a one-possession game, and I figured we'll see a timeout, and we do.
Timeout. Jesuit has had plenty of opportunities to close the door shut. They haven't done it so far. Can they hold for another defensive position? We'll find out. And right here, Miller couldn't get it. And then Babs, what happens here?
Well, I would imagine that we'll have a high post touch through Miller. But the last possession, Jesuit did a better job defensively. They didn't get caught sleeping. And like we mentioned earlier, Rutherford in the prior possession fell asleep, and Perry went right to the basket off the high post entry. So you want to defend the basket, and you've got to expect Perry or Miller to be involved with this last possession of the game. If I'm Clovis North, I'm going to run my offense. I'm not going to just dribble out the top of the key. I'm going to keep guys in motion, and then I'm going to give my guys a code about 10 seconds that we're going to attack the basket. But they're going to get the last shot. They're only down by 1. A layup, a two-pointer gets them the win, and that's what I'm going to settle for here. But I don't want to see stall ball standing out here just trying to work the clock. Work your offense. Both teams are tired. Keep them moving. And then if you get an opening and Miller's open, take advantage.
30.4 seconds. Here we go, folks. The finale is just about to unfold before our eyes. Walters with it. Dumps it inside to Miller at the high post. Kicks it back out. 20 seconds now. Now it's Perry with 18 seconds. 17 seconds. Walters coming around the bend. Perry, guarded by Anderson, loses the ball. Out of bounds. And possession remains with Clovis North.
It went off Anderson's foot.
The Jesuit contingent thought that it was off Perry, but the refs will signal that it went off Anderson's foot, and you said it was as well, Bass.
Yeah, it was off Anderson's foot.
11.3 to go. Okereke, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Al Saber with it. Timeout. Tony Amundsen.
He didn't like the tempo of.
Let's see the replay right here on the out of bounds. Perry has it, guarded by Anderson. And yeah, it did go off. We're going to get a replay right here.
We're going to DJ this thing.
And it does hit Anderson's foot, it looks like. It does look like from that angle that it hit Kyle Anderson's foot. So it was the right call, it looks like. You see right here, Babs, what's your call on this?
Yeah, I mean, I just without even seeing the replay, I thought it went off Anderson's foot. But he was in good defensive position. But you appreciate Coach Amundsen just didn't sense that the guys were real confident offensively there. You had a timeout left in your pocket, call it, and let's reset another play. But they did try to work the ball through the high post and Miller, but Jesuit learned from past possessions and defended it well. And, they've got to hold strong here for 7 seconds.
7 seconds on the dot remaining. Clovis North down 1. Jesuit in these last couple of minutes, Chris, has had 3 chances to regain possession. They turned it over each time. And now Clovis North with one final crack at upsetting Jesuit on their home floor here. It'll be taken out by Walters. Silva defending the inbounds pass. Now he backs up. They throw it to Miller. Off the back iron. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Perry has it. He got to dive for it. Timeout. Wow.
Called
a
held basketball.
And it's going to remain Clovis North ball.
This is the longest possession in the history of mankind.
1.8 now.
I think it was great that they didn't defend the inbounder. They sent Silva, Coach Kelly sent Silva to defend the basket. And that threw off Clovis North. That was a great decision. And Silva being coachable, hearing his coach, it was a key move.
1.8 to go. Clovis North, what seems like their 10,000 opportunity to win this game. And now what do you do? Because you tried the inbound to go to Miller. It didn't work. The ball literally hit the back of the iron. What do you do now?
Well, you're going to get the ball at near half court, and you probably got to work it through Miller, but I don't know if he quite has the ability to catch in traffic and go up and shoot. So you might want to go off the script a little bit here. And assuming, again, making a counter to what Jesuits probably thinking, they're going to run through Miller. And I get that, but maybe you need to run a counter to that. You don't have much time. It's not much time at all, but this has been a long possession. And as you mentioned several times, Jesuits almost got the ball back, and it's like that never-ending trip and you're sitting in the back of the car, Dad, are we going to get there yet? And then finally you do, and we'll see if they do get there.
The car ride is about to end. Anderson going to defend the inbounds pass. Walters takes it out again. They're going to throw it up. It's going to be a lob. Ball snatched away. Jesuit survives. A huge win for the youngsters of Jesuit. They bent, but they did not break. And they walk out with a thrilling 1-point victory. Clovis North, multiple opportunities, Chris, to put the ball in, to win the game. They just could not get it done. The Jesuit defense was there every time.
And there was a lot of sophomores on the floor that time, and their best basketball player for Jesuit was on the bench. He's banged up. So that's got to feel good, because there could be times where he's not available, or he's hurt, or he's in foul trouble, and that's going to gain confidence of the young players of Jesuit.
Jesuit goes 13-6. Our own McKenna Guerrero standing by with the Straight Sports Performance Players of the Game. Take it away, MG.
All right, we have our Straight Sports Standout Performer of the Game. You guys fought to the final seconds. What do you have to say about your team's performance today?
We came off a tough game yesterday. We tried our best. We fought to the end. We just didn't execute as well as we wanted to. I guess they worked more harder than us. We got all the loose balls and everything. We just didn't pull it off.
Don't lose confidence because you came in clutch in a lot of those moments. Congratulations, and here's your sweatshirt. Of course. Oh, sorry. No, either side. All right, we have our straight sports standout performer of the game now. Issa, the last few seconds was intense. You guys had the crowd on your feet. I mean, what was clicking for you guys tonight?
We just played really hard as a unit. We went into halftime talking about defense, and we executed what Coach told us to do.
Can we talk about this sophomore connection between you, Brandon, and Chris? I mean, it's incredible.
We're really close friends off the court, and we're always in the gym together, so it translates once we get on the floor together.
Basketball is a game of runs, and during those back and forth battles, how are you able to keep your team focused down the stretch?
I just try to stay in their head and keep them positive, keep their head up after mistakes. We almost let that one slip, but we stayed together and really stuck to our principles.
And next up, you take on Marcus Bagley and the Huskies. What do you guys have to do to be able to come out victorious on Monday?
We just have to play together and trust our coaches and trust our system and flourish through that and hopefully stop Marcus.
Congratulations and best of luck to you the rest of the season. Thank you. Congratulations. Back to you, Keith.
Thank you, MG. Well, you heard it from Issa Silva, the sophomore connection. They bended Chris, but they didn't break. They get the win. They go to 13-6 on the year. A huge 74-73 win over Clovis North. And for the Jesuit Marauders, Chris, it doesn't get any easier. They got to take on Marcus Bagley and Sheldon in a couple of hours.
But this is a one to build off, and you got sophomores that made mistakes, but then learned from those mistakes. But the thing that is consistent with Jesuit is that they play hard. You're going to make mistakes. Things aren't always going to be pretty. The game, there have been this hot shooting three-point team and scoring all these points. Well, it didn't work out that way today. But they made the best of the situation and made that adjustment. They made that adjustment defensively. They got Miller in foul trouble, and I believe it was the difference in the game. And he wasn't a player of the game, but boy, Daly does a lot of good things as an undersized post player. So good job by him, and a great day here at Jesuit.
Right you are, Chris, and it was a great day indeed. That will conclude our coverage of the Father Kelly Tribute, the 17th. For my partner, Chris Babcock, for all of us who worked hard, McKenna Guerrero in the sideline reporting, I'm Keith Joganaz for NorCal Sports TV. Till next when we see you, live on, good night, and prosper safely. Have a good one.